IRS, Industrial Relations System. So in this session, we'll go through some of the definitions which is given to IRS. We will also see what IRS is, the definitions given to IRS. We'll also touch base with Dunlap's model of industrial relations and what is the structure of IRS also we will be talking in this session. So first is, what is IRS, or Industrial Relations System? Industrial relations system is an integrated system of relationships between employer and employee managed by means of conflicts and cooperation. Industrial relations denote relationship between management and workers, where government also has an interest in that, not only because the government is employer of millions of industrial workers, but also because of the fact that it has a body of legislation to ensure the rights of industrial workers in the private enterprise. Now, relationship between labor and management is based on mutual adjustment on interests and goals. The major issues in industrial relations processes are terms of employment, wages, dearness allowance, bonus, fringe benefits, working conditions, etc. So these are the issues in industrial relations. Mostly the issues or the area where there is a probability for conflict are terms of employment of the workers. So there is highly probable that there may exist a conflict on the terms of employment as the employee proceeds with the organization. There could be conflicts around wages, dearness allowance, bonus, fringe benefits, working conditions, etc. Now, the context of environment is highly interactive, where harmony and conflict are recognized and accepted as end products of the system. International Labour Organization, or the ILO, has used expressions to denote such matters as freedom of association, right to organize, right to collective bargaining, conciliation and arbitration, cooperation and adjudication at various levels of the economy. So these terms we will be explaining it when we proceed through the duration of this course, but mostly it is the definitions or the expressions which ILO has used in the context of industrial relations in general are basically the freedom of association, right to organize, etc. Now, many eminent persons have defined industrial relations. That is definitions of IRS we are coming into. Many eminent persons have defined industrial relations and thereby expressed their various feelings about industrial relations. So the main persons are Dale Yoder, who has defined industrial relation as a whole field of relationships because there lies in existence collaboration of men and women in the employment process. Bethel and Associates, they have defined industrial relation as the manpower of the enterprise. J. Henry Richardson has seen industrial relation as the art of living together for the process of production. Castleman says industrial relations as one subject in which the relations between employers and employees in the organization or the industry is defined and pronounced. C.K. Jory has classified industrial relation as the interdependence of employees and employers involving occupational, political, and legal variables. So these are the definitions which are given to IRS by eminent persons. Next, we'll take a look at what is Dunlap's model of industrial relations. Dunlap's system theory is industrial relations system and is about structure and development of relationships. So it's about structure and development of IRS, or relationships among labor, management, and government. Remember, there are three bodies in this: labor, or the trade unions; management, or the company or the owner of the company; and government, which is also a party to the tripartite bodies. So Dunlap's system theory is industrial relation system and is about structure and development of relationship between these three entities, namely labor, management, and government. It is also about resolving labor management problems based upon agreement on a common set of facts that affect them. So according to Dunlop, an economist, labor relations problems can be solved through a system of logic. So before explaining that, what this IRS is, Dunlop's model of IRS, which is Dunlop's IRS is, which is model of industrial relations, what it tries to resolve. So it is about resolving labor management problems based upon agreement on a common set of facts that affect them. So according to Dunlop, who is an economist, system of logic, what exactly is it? So according to him, the Dunlop, labor relation problems can be solved through a system of logic. Now let us see what exactly that is. So before that, we have to also understand the fact that collective bargaining theory, which basically are build the relationship between the three parties, labor, management, and government. It emerged before Dunlop's IRS. So Dunlop's IRS came after the collective bargaining theory. So getting back to the system of logic, we will actually try to define the structure of IRS based on the system of logic of Dunlop. So previously, labor management conflicts and the resultant collective bargaining at the heart of industrial relations left a good deal to chance and illogical emotions of conflict. Dunlop identified this web of rules. So in the structure of IRS, there is web of rules, which was identified by Dunlop, and they are elementary components that govern industrial labor relationships. Those are elementary components. That is what is web of rules. He also identified institutions and norms that constituted framework within which industrial relations are carried out. Now, what are institutions? Procedural institutions are normally, or according to his definitions, government regulation agencies and conciliation and arbitration boards. We will do more about this in later sessions, but I understand that procedural institutions, as per Dunlop's definitions, are government regulation agencies, conciliation and arbitration boards. Substantive norms in his definitions constituted wage, wage rate, working hours, and OSH. What is OSH? Occupational Health and Safety Regulations. Now, next, what Dunlop has done was that he defined actors. Now, who are actors? There are three actors in the context of industries, and they are technology, industry, markets, and power distribution. So even before that, Dunlop identified actors as managers, workers, and trade unions, and governmental institutions. So that is what he has identified. So Dunlop's actors are managers, workers, or trade unions, and governmental institutions. Now there are a common set of beliefs in also, according to Dunlop, in the context of industry. In the context of industry, there are three actors, and those are technology, industry, markets, and power distribution. Next comes common beliefs as per Dunlop. So Dunlop's ideology binds industrial relations together with a common set of beliefs about society, humans' worth, and government oversight. And these beliefs are in relation to philosophy, religion, politics, culture, and art. Now, the interactions between actors happens at micro level or the industrial environment, and also happen at macro level or the social engineering level. In other words, political realm or spectrum. So this concludes Dunlop's model of industrial relations. Thank you.